Hey guys, what's going on? So I want to show you all a laser that I got a few weeks ago. I haven't had a chance to make a video because I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing right now. I've got a lot of videos too, so I'm sifting through countless hours of videos trying to edit stuff like that. But anyway, so this is the replica of the Sanwu, or I'm sorry, the Striker Saber series from Sanwu Laser. And if you guys know Sanwu lasers, you know their Striker Saber series. So this is basically just a replica of the Striker Saber. And I got this one for $100 on laserpointerstore.com. Now, for $100, keep in mind the real one is $180, whereas this one's $100. So hopefully, that being said, you would think that this is at least 70 to 80% of the quality as the real one. So unfortunately, I don't have the real one, so I can't really compare them side by side. I probably will get the real Striker Saber in the future to compare it side by side and see how it is. But for the time being, I just have this. So if you are on a budget or you don't have the money at this time to get the real one, then the replica from laserpointerstore.com is actually a very good choice. The quality on this is great. It really is. It feels solid. Now, I can tell you that this laser is very heavy, and it does say stainless steel on laserpointerstore.com. And I can tell you it's incredibly heavy. It's much heavier than aluminum would be. Just the head alone weighs about a pound. This thing weighs 16 ounces. It feels like it weighs about 16 ounces. This part weighs about half a pound. This part weighs 5-6 ounces. So this is a very heavy laser. So there's no doubt that this is in fact stainless steel. So I am a big fan of Sanwu lasers, but it probably will be some time, quite a while, until I actually buy the real Striker Saber, because I'm kind of more interested in the Pocket Series lasers that he's got. I want to collect all of the wavelengths that he has, the 405, 445, 638, 650, 520, stuff like that. I already had the 505 and of course the Cyan 488. So in the future, I will be getting the real Saber. I'm just not sure how long it'll be till I do. All right, so we'll talk about the differences between the two. I don't have the real one, of course, but I have seen a lot of pictures. Now, of course, you can see that the replica, the spring is not rolled under, whereas most of them would be. And the optics on there, you can tell right off the bat that the real Sanwu Striker Saber, the optical system is more close to the top of the bezel. Basically, where that second set of threads is where the optics are on the real Striker Saber. This one, you can see that it's recessed inward, or it's down further, probably about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch down there. Now the lens on here, I'm actually quite surprised that the optics are that good. I'm not sure what kind of optics they're using on this thing, but it can't possibly be a single element lens. It's more than likely a 3-element lens, because the beam divergence is just too good on this laser. It's too low to be a single element lens. I haven't got a chance to measure it yet, but it seems to be it seems to be as good as my PLTB 450B on a 3-element lens, and the beam divergence on that is actually pretty good. So more than likely that's a 3-element lens on here. Now I managed to get some readings. I'm not going to power the laser power meter back up. There's only 3 modes. There's strobe. I'm going to say low. It's not really low. It's more like medium. So I'm going to say medium, high, and strobe. Now the medium mode is just over, it's about 1.1 watts almost, 1098, and the highest mode is about 1.65 watts, as you can see there. So I would say the 1098 is certainly not low mode. That's got to be medium. But the lower of the modes is 1098 milliwatts on the meter, and then the high mode is 1649. So keep that in mind if you do end up buying the 1.6 watt version. So whoever built this thing did a pretty good job. They probably more than likely would have had to have the real one to get the dimensions on that, because everything seems to fit so perfectly, and how it looks very similar. It'd be kind of hard to rip off this design unless you actually had the real one. I mean, everything just fits so perfectly. Another big difference you can tell is on the real, or the actual Sanwu Striker Saber brand, they will actually laser etch the wavelength and power on this gold ring right here. But this one's blank, so the switch feels pretty good, I will say. The website actually says that this laser is case negative. And we all know what that means. That means that the positive, basically the positive ports of the battery, the positive terminals of the battery go toward the diode, and the negative goes in the back. That's case negative. Just like the website says. I stuck it in there and I put the batteries in there and nothing happened. So luckily for me, this thing does have reverse polarity protection. The driver is designed to have reverse polarity protection, which is great, because when I did that, I tried it like 6 or 7 times, and I thought the laser was dead on arrival. I thought, wow, wonderful. I got to ship it back to them. This is going to be great. So just out of curiosity, I took the batteries out and I stuck them in the opposite direction. Case positive, the positive ports facing the switch, and it fired right up. So this laser is not case negative, it is case positive. So keep that in mind. Take out the tripod there. As you guys can see, it's like super foggy in here. Had the fog machine on like crazy. I'm having a hard time holding this thing up. It's that heavy. And so that is the high mode now. So that's the lower mode. That is the low mode, and then that is the high mode. Can't really tell, but it did change. So very powerful, 1.6 watts indeed. It's amazing how similar this thing does look to the real one. And we'll leave it right there. So I'll show you guys over here. All right, so I think I pretty much covered everything I possibly can about the Striker Saber replica. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.